Yeah, be here now. Now be here. Any questions about what we just went through before we meditate? We can talk after too, if you need to. All right. Let's sit. Close the eyes. Big back. Breathe into the belly. Start to feel. Start to sense. Start to come into this moment. As you feel that belly expanding and contracting, opening and releasing, fully filling, and fully emptying, sync it with the mantra, be here now, now be here. Be here now, now be here. Keep that going as you just begin to cultivate this connection. Cultivating that connection between breath, awareness, mind, and experience. Take a few more breaths with that mantra. Be here now. Now be here. But start to release it so you lose that sound within your head. You lose that repetition within your head. And what you're left with is that breath. There might be a little sound to the breath. There might be a little whisper to the breath. But there's no mental repetition anymore. There's the breath, and there's the energetic that's passing through you. There's the sensation that's passing through you. And as you start to experience that sensation, like a magnet, let it draw to you other sensations that you've experienced. Maybe ones that you've experienced today, maybe ones that you experienced this week. Maybe ones that you've been experiencing your entire life. Draw those sensations in. Draw those experiences in and hold them. Be in that space and welcome whatever sensations enter into your experience. Create a capacity for all those sensations. Create a capacity for all those emotions. Notice that you can feel, you can experience that thing, but you can still stay fulfilled. You can still stay authentic. You can still stay integrated. You can have both of those. You can be both of those. Here, feel that breath. Cultivate that capacity. Notice if you're focusing on just those challenging emotions, just those difficult emotions. Create that capacity for gratitude. Create that capacity for positive emotion. Create that capacity for joy in your life as well. Hold all of those together. Take a few more breaths, fully filling, fully emptying, experiencing, cultivating that capacity, creating that freedom. And come on out. Okay. Cool. Any questions? Yeah. Yep. and it's practice, right? It's practice. It's, um, like I said in the beginning, it's, it's yoga. Like when you first started doing yoga, like you couldn't jump back to chaturanga, right? But over time, you were able to do that. So, and really, I would say the thing to focus on is focus more on the breath and make sure that breathing is solid, right? So that breathing should be felt, right? It's not breathing to, it's breathing to mentally occupy and physically experience. That breath should be powerful enough that when you're breathing, you're really feeling. And that'll get you out of your head and into your body and into the experience. And just kind of, it's almost like I talk about, I'm like, dismiss it, right? You're like, okay, thank you for bringing this emotion. Like, even if you have to say this to yourself in your head, right? Thank you for giving me this emotion. I'm going to go process it right now, right? I don't care about the person. I don't care about, the circumstance, whatever it is. Like, thank you for giving me this emotion. I'm going to go process it now. And then you just breathe with it, right? You just breathe with it.
It's been my experience that I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no, that is the one thing about the way I want my meditation to be different than other people's meditation, is that there's not a right way to do this, right? Everything I'm teaching here came from 14 different teachers that I've studied with, and I created my own thing out of it. And I want you guys to do the same, right? And so what I'm talking about is like, okay, this is what works for me. Like, this is how it's worked. Like, these are a lot of the things that I've learned through trial and error and through, standing on the shoulders of giants. But when you do this, like, you're going to have to figure out your way, right? And it might be different. And that's why, so we've gone through the weeks. We've done kind of several different, like, kind of strategies or, different sort of focuses within the meditation. And I use those in different ways. So some days it's just about, like, being here, right? Be here now be here, and I'll do that one, right? Some days some real hard shit came up. And in those days, I'm processing, right? I'm in that one we just did. I'm creating capacity, right? And so it constantly shifts and changes. And what it really is just having this, this tool belt of different things that we can use in our lives, because life is tough, right? Like, there's so many things that come up. There's so many things that we've inherited. There's so many challenges that we face, that the more ways that we can deal with the mental sort of ego-driven psychological mechanisms that prevent us from vulnerability and authenticity, like, the easier it's going to be. And sometimes, we start to create our own stuff, right? We get inspired, and in the meditation, like, something happens that all of a sudden works for us, and it's like, yes, please use that, right? Don't think that what I'm saying is the be-all and end-all of how you are going to process and evolve as a human, right? I'm just pointing out these signposts of what has worked before and what people have done before and has, had results. But what's going to come up for you is going to be completely unique, and it's going to be your own, personal practice. And so, those days where you can't think, don't worry about going back to the mantra, right? Like, feel free of going back to the mantra so that you're not just mentally off on that realm, right? And then once you get back in the mantra and you get settled again, right? Like, see if you can let it go, right? See if you can set it aside and just be with that feeling of that thing that it's creating within you, and let go of the content, right? Let go of the story and be in the glory, as I like to say. All right, what else? Nothing? Good. Have a good night.